Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I decided that I'd like to do sort of an everyday makeup routine. It usually takes me about 10 or 15 minutes max to do sort of like an everyday look. I was just gonna take you through some of my favorite products. Pretty casual today. I'm actually going to the airport and I do usually like to put a little bit of makeup on before I get to the airport, even for an international flight, just to feel good and fresh. And what you'll know about me is I really like to be kind of glam a lot of the time when I'm gonna be out in public. I'm gonna walk you through all of the steps, and if you guys have any questions at the end, just let me know. So the very first thing that I love to use before doing my daily routine and putting on all of my makeup is the Zio Skin Health Visine Obagi Oil Control Pads. These things are just incredible. I've been using them for a little bit over a month now, and I actually cut them in half, so I just use half, and then I just go all over my face. It's actually like helped to reduce my pore size, which is crazy and amazing. I have pretty big pores around my nose and sort of like the T-zone area, so I like to just like start it like that, and your skin feels really good after. And you can buy these guys online. Not to like gross you out, but like check out all that dirt and grime and stuff. It's gross. So these are amazing. I actually use these 2 to 3 times a day, at least once in the morning and sometimes at night or after I go to the gym. So I will include all of these products down below so that you can check them out. The second thing that I like to do is I like to use hyaluronic acid serum. So this is by Timeless, and this is just awesome because hyaluronic acid is what is used inside of fillers, and it's supposed to just be really good with like fine lines and stuff. So I put a couple of drops and then I just go up. And that's another thing too with skincare. Always push up on your face when applying a lot of pressure instead of down. Because obviously with gravity over time, if you're pushing down, like you're gonna have a lot of in your face like years and years later. Then what I like to do is use Coola's Tan. It's this Sunless Tan Anti-Aging Face Serum as well. So I just put like a couple of pumps and whoops, like that. And it smells pretty good too. All the Coola stuff. It's like one of my favorite products. This will set in like an hour or so, which is actually really nice because I can totally tell the difference when it does. Okay, so I've like rubbed all of that in. And now I'm going to use the Oil of Olay Original Cream. I have used really expensive moisturizers in the past. I just really love the Oil of Olay one. Like, it's pretty cheap, smells good. And my grandma used to use this, and her skin was fantastic up into her late 80s. So yeah, put that on everywhere. Especially in Colorado, I actually like use a lot of moisturizer. It is so dry out here, doesn't matter like what time of year it is. Love this stuff. Like I said, it's pretty inexpensive and I use a lot of it. The next thing that I like to do is I like to use the Tarte Shapetape, which is this guy here. I'm actually running kind of low on this. Take this and go like that and here. And actually I think this is like a little bit too dark for me. I would, if you're about my skin tone, I'd probably go like a little bit lighter. I just was going this dark for the summer. And then I take my little beauty blender and I just dab in all these spots. And I might even like use it one more time too. And I'm gonna use like 2 mirrors here. So yeah, if I was doing like a full like night routine, I'd probably go a little bit more. This is like usually what I like to do for like a daytime look. Now I am going to use my foundation, which I really love, the Maybelline Fit Me. It's pretty inexpensive, and what I love about it is that sort of dewy look. And like I mentioned, here in Colorado, it's super dry. So I have used like the matte and poreless version of it. I just did not like it as much. It just didn't give like my skin a nice glowy look. So I also love the Michael Todd Beauty Sonic Blender brush to do that. So I just put some of the foundation here, I dabbed it in, and then I turn this on. And I'm just gonna smooth it all out. You don't even really need this that much on your brush. I have like a ton left, so I usually just like put it back in the bottle to save it because I don't want to waste it, and it's perfectly good. So I literally will just like take my bottle if I'm ever using too much and just kind of scoop it back in and then wash my hands. Okay, so now that I've used that Beauty Sonic brush, what I like to do is put on some setting powder. Yeah, you can use any sort of setting powder that you like, whether it be white or like a banana, and I use like a banana colored one just because my skin tone underneath is a bit peachy, and I just like to dab. As you can see, like with the Maybelline stuff, it kind of gives me more of an oily look, a little bit too oily than I want, although I still want it to be super moisturized. This setting powder is great because it helps keep the makeup on for the day, but then it also kind of takes out a little bit of that shine if there's too much. And my sister taught me this, the baking thing. So I'm going to let this sit on for about a minute before I start to just kind of like wipe it off, and then it'll give me like a nice look. So it's been about a minute, and what I'm gonna do is just kind of like blend it all in a little bit with this brush. And as you can see, it's taken away a lot of that that shine. If I'm feeling really tired, this would be a point where I might put like a little bit more of the under eye concealer, the Shape Tape. But for now, it's good. You'll notice that I do use kind of a mix between like high-end makeup brands and drugstore makeup brands because I like both. And I really like this Maybelline Master Contour Palette, mostly for the bronzer because I think the bronzer just looks great on my skin. And I'll sometimes use a little bit of blush, and this blush is great. I like my blushes to be a little bit pink just because of, again, my like kind of peachy undertone that I have in my skin. So I'm just gonna take this brush and do like some slight contouring. What I like about this brush too is that it's an Eco Tools brush, and it's actually like a travel brush, but it works really great for contouring the bronzer here and blending it in kind of at the same time. So I really like this. So then I always put some at the top too, at like the hairline. And then at the jawline to kind of like blend it all in. If I am doing a daytime look, I typically like to have sort of a powdery brow, and my brows are microbladed and actually shaded in, which shout out to Julia, like her work is just incredible and my brows look amazing. But I do like them to be super dark. If I'm doing a daytime look, I typically just like to put eyeshadow on them because I think it does give it a nice powdery look. And also I do travel a lot, so not having to carry some extra stuff with me is great. So I love all Naked palettes by Urban Decay, and this is like the oldest one that they had, but I really like the colors in it, and more importantly, I like the fact that you can have light and dark colors. So I use a mixture of this brown and this black. Even though there's like a little bit of sparkle to it, I still put it on my brows because I actually think it looks really good. So there's obviously two sides to the brush, so I take the pointier side, I kind of dab a little bit in each, the brown, the black, the brown, the black, kind of back and forth, blow it off, and then just do it here so you can see. And then I just kind of go over the microblading. Like what I love about microblading is if you're not someone that is good with precision and brows, if you get them done, it's like somebody that's like, you're like tracing your artist's work, which is great because obviously your artist knows what they're doing. And it kind of gives you like a nice path if you're somebody that does like to fill in their brows or likes to keep it super dark. And yeah, for a daytime look, like I just fill them in with powder, so you can see the difference. It just looks way more defined and more striking, and I like that. So I'm gonna do that again on the other side. And my brows are done. And since I'm already here and I have this palette, if I'm doing a daytime look, I love the color Naked, so I just like dab a little bit on there and just kind of like go over my eyelid. Again, just trying to keep it like really natural and really neutral. What I like about using a little bit of eyeshadow during the day is that it keeps my eyeliner on for a lot longer, and I do use like a wet liner that I love. The next thing that I'm gonna do is put on eyeliner on my bottom. I'm somebody that loves eyeliner. I have dark eyes and they're kind of like just a round shape, so I love to give them more of a slanted, sexy look by doing a lot of eyeliner. So I use the MAC Definably black pencil underneath. I'm gonna go ahead and put that on now. And I kind of just like put some eyeliner out at the ends because what I like to do is I like to wing my eyeliner. So I'll show you that. I've been using this eyeliner for years, and I'm pretty sure at one point, like years ago, they discontinued it. And all these girls online were like, oh my gosh, like stock up on Pointe Black. And I did, and now it's everywhere. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. I could be wrong, but this is the Liquid Lash Liner, and this is in, like I said, Pointe Black. So what I will say is this particular eyeliner is so delicate. Like, if you can see that, hopefully you can see like that. It's literally like a little tiny brush, so you have to be so careful, and it's like, it's waterproof. So if you are not good with eyeliner, this may not be the right tool for you, but what's great is it just stays on, and it's so black, and I absolutely just love it, the way that it like shapes your eyes. So I'm gonna put this on right now, and I'll show you my finishing touches. I typically like grab my eye and kind of swoop across. I just went across the lash line. If it's a daytime look, I make my line very thin, and if it's a nighttime look, I'll go a lot thicker, especially if I'm gonna put on fake lashes. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that one more time. Okay, and there's that. I do use a Smashbox Crystalized highlighter, so if it's a daytime, if I'm doing something fun during the day, like I will go ahead and put just a little bit of this on, and just for the sake of it, we'll do it now to kind of give you that nice like glow look. This is very much like a holographic sort of color. It's super like, no, not holographic, iridescent. It's really nice though. It sparkles like a little bit of purple, a little bit of pink, so you can kind of see that. And then what I'm going to do last is I am going to do my mascara. I, in the past, have used a primer, so you can use a primer if you like, but I don't really need a primer today. For now, I am using the Clinique High Impact Mascara, and that is the brush for it. So it's a pretty thick brush, and I like to use that on my top lashes. And then on the bottom lashes, I absolutely love this L'Oreal Paris Telescopic Carbon Black. And I'll show you why. This brush is just insane. It's so tiny, and it's got all these, let's see if you can like see that. It's got all these little bristles on it, and it's so great for the bottom lash line. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that. And then I might even go over and just like separate that top lash. That is my daytime look. The only thing I would add to this right now, especially since I'm getting ready to head out the door, is a little bit of gloss. So this one is Smashbox. I really like this one because number one, I really like the name. It's Gloss Angeles, the Hood Witch. It's super sparkly and I do like that. And then this is my daytime look. So like I said, takes about 15 minutes, sometimes a little bit less. Oh, I actually forgot one last thing. Now that I'm like all glossed up and everything, I of course love to use the Urban Decay All Nighter because that stuff will just make your makeup stay on all day. So put a few sprays on and I'm good to go. So thanks guys for watching my normal makeup routine. This is kind of what I do every day. Sometimes I'll scale back a little bit. Sometimes I'll kind of glam it up a little bit, depending on what I'm doing. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button, comment, let me know what you think. Let me know some of your favorite products. And yeah, let me know if there's anything else that you guys want to see. Thanks and see you next time.